Did you think I was a city? Big enough for a weekend getaway? I'm the town surrounding it, the one you've never heard of, but always pass through. There are no neon signs here, no skyscrapers or statues, but there is thunder, for I make bridges tremble. I am not street meat, I am homemade jam, thick enough to cut the sweetest thing your lips will touch. I am not police sirens. I am the crackle of a fireplace. I'd burn you, and you still couldn't take your eyes off me, 'cause I'd look so beautiful doing it. You'd blush. I am not a hotel room. I am home. I am not the whiskey you want. I am the water you need. Don't come here with expectations and try to make a vacation out of me. This is a poem written by Rupi Kaur, a well-known Canadian poet famous for her short visual poetry. She started posting her poems on social media platforms like Tumblr and Instagram, and it was through these venues that she gained popularity and published her first collective work in 2015 titled Milk and Honey. This poem specifically does not have a title, although this is a piece of work that I read from Milk and Honey. This poem is about how you cannot let others disrespect your worth. You have to respect your worth enough to learn how to cut toxic relationships out of your life of those who do not respect you. The poem is central to loving yourself. It's expressing that if you do not love yourself, then you will not be able to know what you do and do not deserve. Kaur's confidence in saying that she should not be a vacation and that she's somewhere worth staying is showing that she knows her worth and she knows that negative people are going to be bad for her, and how self-worth is a crucial step for being happy. She's confident in her ability to be somewhere that isn't going to just be temporary. She's someone that is worth investing time in because she knows her worth, and she's confident in herself to know that she loves herself and she deserves to be loved the way that she loves herself. For literary elements, the mood of the poem is very passionate as Rupi Kaur is claiming her self-worth through her references of contrasting places and items. The theme is to know your worth and to learn to love yourself. There isn't a specific setting, but her mentions of settings, like the city versus the town, are utilized to show a place that's associated with carefree, nonchalant behavior versus a rather calm, loving, peaceful area. The poem is filled with metaphors, using objects or actions to describe emotions and feelings. For example, her metaphor comparing herself to thunder, which was, there are no neon signs here, no skyscrapers or statues, but there is thunder, for I make bridges tremble, demonstrates that we often see materialistic things which are fascinating or admirable, but thunder, however, is something that's not as intriguing. No one ever refers to thunder in these immediate thoughts because thunder's not something that we can visibly see. It's not materialistic. It is natural, which makes it more authentic. Other metaphors which embrace the idea of permanent love rather than temporary acknowledgement are the comparisons between street meat and homemade jam, the loud police sirens and the fireplace, the hotel room versus staying at home, and the whiskey in comparison to the water. She's describing herself as the necessities, like water versus the whiskey, in order to show that these are necessities that you need to truly be happy, and quite frankly to survive, not to be blinded by toxicity or temporary happiness. Irony can be seen through her description of burning whomever she's speaking to, but yet they couldn't stop because she looked so beautiful doing it. It's ironic because no matter how many times you're burned, they kept pursuing something that harmed them. This is Kaur's description of toxicity, as we continue to be in relationships and friendships that are so harmful to our mental health, but the toxicity pulls us in, believing it's good for us when in reality it's not. Imagery includes the crackle of the fireplace, bridges trembling, and abrupt reference to blushing. And there are no illusions in this poem. I am someone who absolutely loves sunsets and music, whether it be I'm playing music in band or I'm just listening to it on my own time. I absolutely love to read. I love my friends and family. I really enjoy biking and just seeing nature in general. The way that I relate to this poem is I have struggled myself with my self-confidence, but I have eventually learned through healthier eating habits and exercising and surrounding myself with people I know care about me that I am worth so much more than what I make myself out to be. Because as we all know, we all are our worst critics. And to see my personal growth from the beginning of high school to now is astronomical. And when I read this poem, I feel like I'm looking into a mirror and that my reflection is reading this to me. I know now that people shouldn't have these expectations of me, and I'm what makes myself me. I'm not just some vacation to someone. I'm a permanent stay because I deserve that. And again, it's just taken me a very long time to realize that, but Core's growth and confidence that you can clearly see in this poem, I feel that I see some of it in myself, which goes to show that I really have been doing the best for me. Did you think I was a city big enough for a weekend getaway? I am the town surrounding it, the one you've never heard of, but always pass through. There are no neon signs here, no skyscrapers or statues, but there is thunder, for I make bridges tremble. I am not street meat, I am homemade jam, thick enough to cut the sweetest thing your lips will touch. I am not police sirens, I am the crackle of a fireplace. I'd burn you, and you still couldn't take your eyes off me because I looked so beautiful doing it. You'd blush. I am not a hotel room, I am home. I am not the whiskey you want, I am the water you need. Don't come here with expectations and try to make a vacation out of me.